Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, and I'm back with a brand new video. This time it's going to be my top 50 personal favorite hip-hop albums of 2019. And that's how I want to start out the video. I do want to explain how I do my lists. A lot of people make, best to worst or worst to best type lists and stuff. I always do my lists based on my favorites. I honestly, personally don't care what the best albums are of the year. I just know what I like, and that's how I do my list. So, as for the way they're ranked, I mean, really don't take everything to heart. I mean, like I said, it's just all personal. Really, like the top 20, 25 are probably the ones that are more or less ranked. The bottom half, it is what it is. They could be all interchanged. Even the top 25 could be interchanged at times too. Who really cares? Like I always say, lists are for dummies. They're just fun to make. They shouldn't be taken with any, just taken with a grain of salt. They shouldn't be taken to heart because they're just fun. Unless you are making best of lists, that's like a completely different conversation. But best and favorite are two different things. So I'll probably do my honorable mentions at the end. And how I'm going to do this, I'm probably not going to talk about the albums a whole lot because I am going through 50, and if I start talking about each one, this video is going to be way too long, and theoretically nobody wants to watch a hour-long top 50 video. Kind of like my last update was like an hour long, and really that was almost too long too. I just quickly wanted to show, just because I got these in right the day after I did the update. And with that said, I'm actually waiting for a lot more albums that will appear on here too. So, but I did end up getting the Cool Chris and Jean Grey album, which I thought is actually kind of interesting. I like the production more than Cool Chris's rapping and stuff. And I wanted to show this because I ended up getting this, the Statute of Limitations vinyl, the Smoke DZA, Benny the Butcher, and all produced by Pete Rock EP that was put out. 6 tracks, really dope stuff. I mean, if this was a full-length album, this definitely would have been on my list because this is really good stuff. Great production from Pete Rock. And it's cool to see that he linked up with Smoke DZA again. And of course, Benny the Butcher is just slaughtering pretty much everything he does, but I just wanted to quickly show those just so I can get them put away and stuff. I'm really trying to get through all this updates and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get right into this top 50. In at number 50 to start it out. And this one's actually kind of, it's a little bit suspect because another thing I wanted to say about my list, I only include full-length albums. I don't include EPs and instrumentals and compilation albums and stuff like that. So I want to duly note that also because it's just easier to make. If you just do it full-length albums, it's just a lot easier to do because there's so many compilations, there's so many short albums, which I call EPs, like these 5-6 track albums, or not albums or EPs, but this one is probably the only one on the list that you could probably question because it is pretty short. Even though there is 10 tracks, there's really only 7 songs or something, but I digress. Number 50, Stu Banga's Ill Bill, Cannibal Hulk. Originally when this first came out, I was a little bit disappointed with it because it was so short, and like I said in my update video, that's really my only criticism. I think Ill Bill kills this. Stu Banga's beats are amazing. I'm such a big Stu Banga's fan. I love everything he's done. I can't wait for the new Watson and Holmes album with Blackistan to come out later this year because those albums that they've done together are amazing. But Stu Banga's is getting right back into it. He's been dropping lots of heat and stuff, and this is really good. I hope that Ill Bill and Stu Banga's link up again and do like a longer version of this, maybe like a Cannibal Hulk 2, more tracks and stuff, because it's really dope. But yeah, so that's in at number 50. Good stuff right there. I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff. Okay, number 50. Number 49 is one I only have on vinyl, and that is Smith & Wesson's The All record. I really enjoyed the production on this a lot, actually. I know a lot of people thought it was a little bit soft for Smith & Wesson and stuff, and I understand that. I really actually do get that. But I thought they came correct on here. I thought Ninth Wonder did awesome beats and shit like that. Me and my buddy were talking about this, actually, when these albums came out this year with Smith & Wesson and Black Moon. He's like, damn, what a great year when you get a brand new Smith & Wesson and a Black Moon album in the same year. And I'm like, yeah, it's like 3 or 4 years ago when we got a De La Soul and Tribe Called Quest. And he's like, totally. Just doesn't happen very often. We're getting these, classic groups and artists dropping albums in the same year. But Smith & Wesson, The All, really good stuff. I enjoyed it for what it was. In at number 48 is the first one up on my list. I actually don't have a copy physically in my hand yet because it is on pre-order. It should be shipping this week. It's delayed through Amazon. I don't know. And that is Sean Price and Lil Payne's Price of Fame album. I really enjoyed this. It's too bad they didn't get to fully complete it. They did get 10, 11 tracks done on it. It's not a copy and paste type album. Little Fame and Sean Price were actually recording this stuff together. It's obviously filled in with some guests and stuff, but there's nothing but bangers. Little Fame produces it, and if you're a fan of MOP, like I am, actually MOP is one of my personal favorite groups of all time. It's just bangers, man. It's Sean Price, and God rest Sean Price's soul, man, because that's one motherfucker I miss so much. It hurts even to say that, you know, rest in peace, Sean P. But number 48, absolutely loved it. And number 47 is Mirrors. The Illed is dead and the Odyssey is over. Again, Ninth Wonder production on here with the Soul Council. Great production on here. Mirrors comes real correct on this. You know, like I said in my update, he has been a little bit hit and miss over the last couple years. Just, you know, beat choices, and I kind of get a little bit tired of listening to Mirrors sometimes when he's telling the stories, and it's just the, you know, replay value isn't there. When you hear the story, you're like, okay, yeah, that's kind of it. But I think he does a great job on this album. Good stuff. So that's number 47. Number 46 is L'Orange and Jeremiah J. Again, you know, like I said in my update, I'm going to stop saying that because, you know, I keep referring to my update because it was like a couple days ago. But Jeremiah J, he's not my like favorite MC in the world, but he does complement L'Orange's beats here. It's very soulful, kind of mellow stuff. But man, L'Orange, super underrated producer. He's just putting out nothing but heat. Actually, every project he's put out is really good. So if you're not familiar with L'Orange, check him out. He's done some really great stuff. And that is number 46. Definitely got my trusty paper in front of me because I'll never be able to remember the numbers. That was number 46. Number 45 is an album I do have in the post somewhere. It is coming courtesy of Tough Kong Records. I ordered this a while ago. I'm not really too sure what the hell is taking so long with this. I hope it didn't get lost in the post. But that is Knowledge the Pirate with Black Caesar. Great album. Yeah, Tough Kong put out the physical of it, which is really cool. I did notice actually today before I was doing this top 50 list, I was on his Bandcamp page, and he's charging $100 for the digital download. I'm like, what the fuck? But then if you go to another page, it's like $10. I don't know what the hell's up with the digital download price. But Knowledge the Pirate, man, if you're a fan of Rock Marciano, Rock obviously introduced Knowledge. He's very similar, that kind of low-key, no drums, minor drums, drug influence type music and stuff. Really good stuff though. But number 45, Knowledge the Pirate. Number 44 is, of course, Clever One and BBZ Darney. BBZ Darney is a great producer, very heavily influenced by DJ Premier stuff. It's the 90s boom bap with the scratching and stuff like that. Clever One is dope. He's clever. You know, he's got good rhymes. It's a short album, 10 tracks, but everything bangs in here. You got features, of course, from DJ Phil Logic, who's on all the BBZ Darney stuff, DJ Grasshopper, and my man Umang, who's amazing. I can't wait for the new BBZ Darney Umang record to drop because those guys do pure gold together. They've dropped, I think, 4 albums together. And apparently they got a lot more material coming out. So that's number 44. Good shit. In at number 43 is Clear Soul Forces with Still. Detroit group who, again, like I said before, these guys have not missed. They have got 4 group albums, and all of them are on point. Yeah, dude, I really enjoy these guys. I got good flavors. I like the rhymes, the back and forth. I like the beats. It's just good, solid, fun hip-hop, man. Really good stuff. In at number 42 is another one that I do not have a physical copy because it's a digital only release, and that's Bobby J from Rockaway with Summer Classics. Fun album, man. Bobby J, of course, being from Rockaway, Queens, New York. Got some really dope production on here from Kwame. Kwame does a bunch of production. Static Selecta. Jake One, I think, is on the record too, but it's just like one of those real fun summertime feeling albums. It's really dope shit, man. I had a lot of fun with this. I didn't hear anyone talk about this album this year. I kind of came across it by accident. I was listening to something else, and I don't even remember how it came about, but I just ended up locating this record, and I was kind of bummed out that it was only digital because I like to support the artist. I don't really buy digital albums because I just don't. But Bobby J from Rockaway, dope shit. Had a lot of fun with that one. That was in at number 42. And at number 41 is the Vinny Paz and Tragedy Gaddafi Camouflage Regime. I always, like I said before, my God, I gotta stop saying that. I've been really hoping that these guys would link up and do a record together because Vinny Paz and Tragedy Gaddafi, to me, are just, they complement each other so great. They got those military fucking conceptual rhymes, and they come hard with everything over the dope beats. I think Stu Banga produces on here, C Lance and shit like that. But awesome. I think it was great, man. It's a little bit short. I still think it's so bizarre they didn't put the tracks on the back. It's just so bizarre. You don't see that very often, but Good shit, man. I enjoyed it. If you're a fan of Paz and Tragedy, man, you check it out. In at number 40, we've got Apollo Brown, Sincerely Detroit. Sincerely Detroit. Pretty cool concept record from Apollo Brown, of course, Sincerely Detroit, referring to the fact that this is all Detroit MCs. The concept was to have over 50 Detroit MCs on the album. He succeeded with that with maybe 55, 56 MCs. It's 21 tracks. It runs about 80 minutes, the length of an actual disc. A little bit too long in my opinion. I think it drags a little bit. I think if you cut out a few of the songs that aren't the greatest on here, it would make an even better album. But overall, it's Apollo Brown production. You know what you're getting. He's an amazing producer. Lots of good stuff on here. Just tons of greats. Detroit MCs. I don't know if that's actually going to focus or not. Maybe I'll put it in front of my ugly face. But yeah, anyways. You know, sometimes it just won't. It just covers. But Apollo Brown... in at number 40. In at number 39 is another vinyl-only release, and that is Diamond D's The Dime Piece 2. I've always said before, DIT is one of my favorite crews of all time. I support DITC to the end. Everything that they do. I love Diamond D. Man, it's great stuff. Lots of great features on here. I don't really want to name off everybody because it's just going to prolong the video. If you guys can read that. If not, check it out sometime. But it's Diamond D production, really just fun, great stuff, man. The song with Elza on here, I can't lose. I love that track, man. It's really dope. OMG with Pharoah Monch is amazing. I mean, he's got Snoop Dogg on here, which is crazy. Everyone from the Boot Camp Clique to fucking David Banner. It's like amazing. Talib Kweli, Twista, Afro, and Dylan. That song's dope too. I believe there's actually a video for that song too. So the Dime Piece 2, great stuff. From Diamond D. In at number 30, that was number 39. In at number 38 is Brother Ali's Secrets and Escapes album, all produced by Evidence. And this was a shock to me because, like I said, the last couple Brother Ali albums I've been kind of straying away. Like, I picked him up, but he gets a little bit too preachy for me at times, and replay value is not really there. I wasn't really feeling the amp beats and stuff, and this is a great change of pace. I think the content is a little bit different here over obviously different production, which is not Ant, and this is Evidence in this case. Of course, Evidence now being part of Rhymesayers, the Rhymesayers crew, which I think he fits in great. But this is a great album. It's a little bit short, and I don't really understand why they didn't put an album cover. Like, you get a sticker in the back, like I showed in the update, but that's it. It's like on some Kanye West shit here, man. But I think this is really good, man. If you're kind of falling out of tune with Brother Ali, definitely give that a chance, especially if you're a fan of, Evidence's production. It's really good stuff. So that was number 38. Number 37, another vinyl with the Legion, 3 The Bronx Way. This was a shocker to me when I heard that the Legion was dropping a record this year. I'm like, okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. They haven't done anything as a group in a while. And, man, dude, I was fucking floored by this shit, man. I know Molecules, he put out a record a couple years ago, which I do have the vinyl for that. But this was awesome, man. It's got Beneficence on here and Drez, of course, from Black Sheep, Droopy Dogs on here, Sadat X. Couple features, but overall, just dope beats. It's just raw, awesome, fun hip-hop, man. Like, you can't really go wrong with the Legion. So 3 The Hard Way. Another one I didn't really hear a lot of people talk about this year, unfortunately. But, yeah, whatever. Go check it out if you like what you see. In at number 36 is Blue and Oh No's, oh my god, this album title. A Long Red Hot Los Angeles Summer Night. I can't remember that. Blue, I love Blue. He's been rocking. He's been in my system for, 15 plus years. He's so many damn projects, man. That's what I love about Blue. He works with... He's a producer himself, he's a dope MC, but he also allows other people to fully produce for him, which is very prevalent. He's got so many projects with other producers. And then, of course, Oh No, Madlib's brother on here. I talked about Pop Shots before with that awesome Beyond sample in there, which is really damn cool. But it's a fun record, man. I think it's just a fun album. It's one of my favorite Blue projects in a while, actually. That was in at number 30. That was number 36, and then number 35 is Showbiz and Milano's Boulevard Author. I really enjoyed this, man. Again, it's short, it's 10 tracks, but it does feel like an album. Honestly, man, again, with this one, I would have liked at least 2 more tracks, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. It's Showbiz and Milano doing one producer, one MC album, and it's great, man. It's DITC, new age kind of boom bap shit, man. You can't go wrong with it. You really can't go wrong. That was number 35. And then number 34, another record here, which is Blue and Damu the Fudge Monks, Groundwater. essentially a short album, 8 tracks, but it is like a full-length album. This one runs probably 40-something minutes. Long songs on here, man, really long songs. But if you're a fan of Damu and a fan of Blue, you'll really enjoy this because it's pretty much what you're gonna get, what you would expect from these two. So that's always a plus, man. That's a really plus. I think Blue's lyrics on here are amazing. It's really good stuff. So that was number 34. And then number 33 is a Canadian MC named Legitimate, produced by Rex Sessions. Only Built for Human Beings. This is like some crazy throwback 90s boom bap. It literally sounds like it was recorded in the 90s. I want to say that it was recorded analogly. I would like to actually know because I've recorded analog quite a bit and I've recorded digitally, and it just feels like it's analog. Unless they did some crazy ass filter. I don't know what the fuck, man. But it sounds amazing. I really like this. Legitimate kills the rhymes. I think it's just a great overall feeling album. It's long, 17 songs, you know, a few features and stuff, but it's great, man. Definitely give this one a shot. An album I just came across randomly. I was just looking for new Canadian hip-hop, and this one came across and really enjoyed the shit out of that one. So that was number 33. And number 32 is Diabolic and the infamous Vanderslice. One MC, one producer album. Couple features on here from DJ Revolution. Nems. It's Diabolic, killing rhymes as usual. I think he's just a beast of an MC over Vanderslice's beastly fucking production. Great combination, man. I hope they keep doing albums together because this is a great combination. Really, really good stuff. That was number 30. Yeah, that was number 32. Number 31 is Rusty Jux and Tone Spliff with Magma. A little bit short. I would like to a couple more tracks on this one. It seems to be the thing these days. A lot of artists, and it just seems like a lot more, you know, quantity over, or not over quality, but like this is really good stuff. But so many projects that are just a little bit too short, in my opinion. But you know what? I'm not going to complain because Rusty Jux seems to kill everything that he puts out. Tone Spliff is just one of those producers that, man, he's got a lot of different sounds, a lot of different things going on too. But great combination. And big ups, man, because Rusty Jux does what I like the most. I love these one producer, one MC type records with a couple features and stuff. Those are always my favorite type of albums. Bangers, man. Magma, check it out. Support the Bandcamp. I can get that on the Bandcamp. And it came super fast shipping, man. I ordered that, and I had it within like a week. Posted up on Instagram. Rusty Jux commented on it, and I was like, dude, thank you for shipping out so fast. I appreciate it because it's hit and miss with Bandcamp like a motherfucker. Really, really like a motherfucker. So, yeah, but anyways, that was Rusty Jux. In at number 30 is Black Moon, Rise of the Moon. Now, I can't remember if I fully explained what happened with this in my video, but I pre-ordered the vinyl and CD for the new Black Moon album. They ended up canceling my order. I don't know why. Maybe it got pushed back or something. I don't know. I noticed that the pre-order for the CD was up on Amazon, so I ordered that. It didn't ship, but apparently it's going to ship this week. They just gave me a shipping notice for it, so I should have that. I'll have the picture somewhere up on here. But I really enjoyed the Black Moon album. I know a lot of people preferred the Smith & Wesson album over the Black Moon. I totally understand that. But I think that they came correct on it, man. I think the production was really good by Evil D and 5 Foot and Buckshot. I think held down their own. It's nothing new conceptually, you know, but I didn't expect anything, you know, groundbreaking. You know, they're not reinventing the wheel and shit. It's just some kind of throwback new age 90s sound and boom bap. It's good. It's a fun record, man. So Black Moon in at number 30. And at number 29 is Little Brother. His new record, May the Lord Watch, which was a digital only album release, which totally frustrated me, man, because I love Little Brother. They've been a little bit different, you know, since Ninth Wonder left and stuff, but this was a great comeback record as a group, you know, with the dope production from Crisis and Knots and stuff like that. But it had a real soulful, kind of very appealing sound to it. It was a very good album. Hopefully they put out physicals sometime. I do believe I read somewhere, maybe on Fonte's Instagram or something like that, there was no plans to do physicals, which is kind of heartbreaking. I can't believe they would even say that, but it is what it is. Okay, that's number 29. In number 28, probably the surprise album of the year for me, Danny Brown. I've said many, many times, I find that Danny Brown actually kind of annoys me voice-wise and stuff. He's a little bit too strange for me. I get the appeal in him. I have absolutely no problem with people liking Danny Brown. He's interesting. I think the beats on here really kind of suited how he toned down his voice and stuff, and the overall project really, really worked for me. I was shocked, actually. My buddy Jay from Disposable Arts, Jason Bosco, big shout out to my man Jay, he actually is like, dude, you gotta check out this Danny Brown shit, man. He's got Q-Tip on there, production's different. He's like, you might like this. Good shit, man. Good shit. So really enjoyed that, man. So that was number 20. And number 27, Ghostface Killah with Ghostface Killahs. You know what? Honestly, man, Ghostface Killah never disappoints me, ever. The beats are awesome on here. Who did all the beats? Danny Giasmo or something like that? I don't know. He's got a few... I talked about this in the update, but it's Ghostface Killah, man. I was listening to Supreme Clientele this morning and last night. 20-year anniversary was yesterday for it. And it's just like, that album is such fire. And, you know, listening to this 20 years later, and you're like, the dude hasn't lost a beat, man. Ghostface is so fucking solid. He's honestly one of the most amazing MCs. He's put out so much amazing material throughout his career. It's crazy. I mean, by far the most consistent and solid guy from the clan, hands down, in terms of, you know, longevity and quality albums. But Ghostface Killah is another great project from Ghostface Killah. And at number 26 is, we got to go down here for some Crime Apple and DJ Skiz. It's kind of a short one. I mean, most people could probably consider this, I don't know, it's like 8 songs. Kind of, it really does play out like an album, though. But Crime Apple, DJ Skiz, I love DJ Skiz. His stuff is just a little bit hard to obtain, but I was happy enough to grab this vinyl and really enjoyed the shit of it. Crime Apple's become one of my favorite MCs. DJ Skiz's beats are always amazing, but awesome stuff, man. Really enjoyed this. Yeah, I mean, Crime Apple just had like an amazing year. So many awesome projects. So that was number 26. Number 25 is Milano, The Believers. Great DITC production throughout here, man. We've got, actually, I'll just kind of show the thing here, but a bunch of Showbiz, Lord Finesse, Buck Wild. I think Diamond does a track on here, T-Ray. But double disc album, which actually doesn't really get that old. There's a couple remixes on the second side, instrumentals and shit like that. Maybe not even remixes, just instrumentals. There's a remix on here. But yeah, man, I don't know. You know, in today's day and age, it's very interesting to see someone put out a double record, considering most albums are so damn short these days. But man, dude, double record that actually kind of worked. Pretty solid. Actually, 2 of them came out this year. E40 even put out a double album that was, it's E40. You either like him or you don't. I'm a fan. But E40, I mean, Milano, The Believers, good shit. So that was number 25. And at number 24 is an album that I have actually yet to even order. This is probably the only one on the list that I either don't have coming or can't get or whatever. Yeah, so this one is Blabbermouth and SQB, Ain't Backing Down. It's a vinyl release. I believe you can get it over in Germany or something like that. Really enjoy Blabbermouth, man, from the Shogun crew. He's got that flippity flap rap, early 90s style. It's crazy. Just spits like a motherfucker. I'm a huge fan. I know some people don't really care for him, but I thought it was a fantastic album. Just wish the products were a little bit easier to get because the shipping sucks. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't ordered it yet. But Blabbermouth, SQB, I mean, awesome shit. In at number 24. And at number 23 is an album that actually surprised the shit out of me. Epic Beard Man, which is B. Dolan and Sage Francis. Man, honestly, dude, I had lost interest in Sage Francis because of all his emo shit that he was putting out. And then my buddy Larry, he actually told me about this album. He's like, you gotta check this out, man. It's like some pretty raw hip-hop shit. They're going back and forth on the rhymes. It's just like, it's none of that emo shit. It's just they're killing it. It's fucking good, man. 12 tracks, perfect length for an album. Couple features, Slug and Eli's on here. But just some awesome, fun shit. Very, very high in the replay value realm. So that was number 23. And then number 22 is a new Rock Marciano album called Marcialjo. I can't fucking talk. You guys know, pictures up there. That album actually did ship. It's supposed to come in tomorrow, so I will have that probably in the next update or whatever. But it's Rock Marciano. I just love Rock Marcy, man. I love his beats. I love the fact that, you know, I'm a big fan of like kind of drug fueled hip hop and shit. It just reminds me of watching, you know, like Scarface and those type of movies. And but Rock Marciano never really seems to disappoint. He's had an amazing decade. So number 22. Number 21 is Nolan the Ninja from Detroit with Sporty. I want to say, I don't know if this is like his first physical release, but man, Nolan Ninja put out like tons of digital releases and things like that and stuff. But I checked out some stuff, but this one really stuck out to me. Just amazing. Beats are awesome on here. His flows, his style. He's a fun MC. He's got dope lyrics. Represent Mellow Music Group, and you know what? They really do put out a lot of quality stuff. They're really not missing with a whole lot of their joints, but this was a fun one, man. Definitely check it out. Yeah, that was number 21. So into the top 20 with an album that I did talk about briefly in my update that I missed out on. I can't even get a copy of this. DJ Muggs and the God Fahim Dump Assassins. I thought this album was fantastic. So pissed that I didn't even know that the pre-order was up. And then when I went there, when I found out about it, it was already sold out. And I was like, shit, man, this Soul Assassin stuff is like, you either jump on it or you ain't getting it. It's crazy, man. It's so fucking hard to come by. I miss the old days where you could just get everything, but it is what it is. Those are the times, and unfortunately, I did not get that one. Hopefully, it gets reissued in some form or another, and I'll be able to pick up a copy because that was really good shit. So, and that was in at number 20. And at number 19 is Your Old Droogs. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Picked this up on CD and vinyl, of course, because I'm such a big fan of Your Old Droog, man. It's just good shit. What can I say, man? Production on here, dope. Your Old Droog, clever as hell. What I love about Droog, man, he really does sound like Nas. He fucking does. His voice, his delivery, everything about him kind of reminds me of Nas. I can see why at the time I don't think it was done by him, but people were kind of promoting him as like this Nas guy and shit like that. I can see the comparison completely, but you know what, man? He's killing it, man. 3 amazing records last year, and this was the first one to come out, and very enjoyable stuff. So that was number 19. Number 18 is DJ Muggs and Crime Apple's Medallo. Oof, what can I say, man? This is a great combination. I mean, DJ Muggs absolutely murdered, destroyed, conquered 2019 with 4 dope albums, all with 4 different MCs, and he's putting out the shit I like, man. I like my favorite shit in the world. I know I sound repetitive, but it is. 1 MC, 1 producer records. I love that shit. With minor features, this one does have Conway on it. It's like perfect. 12 tracks, 1 MC, 1 producer, couple features. It's like a perfect album to me, man. Amazing. Really, really good stuff. So that's number 18. And number 17 is Czarface meets Ghostface. I loved this record. Like, right from the time the first spin on it, I was like, holy shit, dude, the beats are so dark. They just fit Ghostface so perfect. When you listen to this record, you can almost see this album being transformed into a comic book for some reason. You know, it's obviously the inspiration is taken from their awesome comic books covers and shit like that, but it just has that appeal to it. It's really great, man. Ghostface fucking murders this album. Actually, everyone's really good, man. Esoteric, Inspected Deck, everyone just kind of complement each other so well. Of course, Ghostface and Inspected Deck, they're used to doing that, but you know, it's cool that they link up and do this shit again. So but yeah, Czarface. In number 17. In number 16 is an album I do have in the post somewhere. Hopefully it comes in because I've been really wanting this physical. And that is 38 Special and Big Ghost Limited, A Bullet for Every Heathen. It's a little bit short. Again, that seems to be a theme of 2019. But really awesome, dude. Really fucking awesome. Special, Big Ghost production. Oh, dude, it's just really, really good shit, man. Absolutely loved it. So that's in at number 16. In at number 15 is The Third Eye, Keys. This is one I did not show in my update because it's part of the Chopped Hearing line. And I said I'm later just going to do a whole overview of the whole CD collection, the whole line that I've actually got now. The Third Eye from Cali, Los Angeles. Very dope, jazzy, low-key, kind of inspired 90s boom bap jazzy hip-hop. It's really awesome if you're into jazzy stuff. This is where it's at, man. This is really good shit. It kind of reminds me of like a new age nonce, but I mean, if I had to directly compare it to something that was doing a little bit jazzy, you know, kind of that style of hip hop from California. The Third Eye, man, Keys, awesome. Really, really great record. Great release from Chopped Hearing Records. That was in at number 15. And number 14 is A$AP Rock and Tobacco's Malibu Ken. I love this record. I grabbed it on vinyl also. It's just easier to hold the CDs and the videos. Really enjoyed the shit out of it. It's a very strange album. I love this album cover too. It's a really strange album. The beats are very odd from Tobacco. It does take a little bit to get used to at first, but overall, I found myself constantly going back to it, and that's kind of how I did my top 20, was the albums I just kept going back to every time I was like, what do I need to listen to? And you know, that's really how I did it. So, but really great stuff from A$AP Rock. I always like to hear him over different production because, you know, lately he does a lot of his own production. So that was number 14. In at number 13, which is another record here, Glad to Mecca and Ill Treats, The Return. Again, jazzy boom bap hip hop that's just amazing. Grand Puba, Psycho Les, realistic. Science is on here. Science. Yeah, It's awesome. It's awesome. Really, really enjoyed it. That's all I can say about that. It's great shit. So that was number 13. And number 12 was actually not really a surprise to me, but maybe a surprise how much I actually really enjoyed it. But that's the Griselda album. What would Shine Gun Do? Dude, like, I love Benny. I think Conway is actually really dope. And I think he's been kind of fading away this year, though, for some odd reason. I think his earlier stuff was a little bit better. I'm not really a big fan of Westside Gun at all. He actually kind of annoys me. But the album, man, the beats, the overall feel to it, man. Actually, listening to this album in full, because Derringer's beats were so amazing on this shit. And they were bringing the fucking heat, man. Benny has some amazing lines in this record. So dope. I could actually start to tolerate the Westside Gun's ad-libs and his annoyingness on the record. But, if I look past that, I accepted it, and the album itself is really, really fucking solid. I wish they put out a physical of it. It's digitally only right now, so that's why there's no copy. I'm sure it's going to come out eventually, probably in some limited form. It's going to cost you like $3,000. So, because all their shit is just like, I'm really actually surprised that there hasn't been a physical, because all their physicals sell out so fast, and it's crazy. But Griselda, WWCD, good shit, man. In at number 12. In at number 11 is People Under the Stairs with Sincerely the P. Of course, their retirement album, which is, like I said before, a very, very sad day for hip-hop. It's still a group that I find myself introducing to people, and I'm like, this is crazy. These guys have been around since 98. They dropped 10 amazing records with some other compilations and things like that, and never had a miss, in my opinion. And it's crazy that people still don't have never heard of People Under the Stairs. It blows my mind. Like, it seems like every odd month I'm still introducing them. Like, you never heard of People on the Stairs? Nope. They knew? No. They've got like a ton of records. They've been out for 20 years. And then I show them to them. They're like, what the how have I never heard this? But definitely not their best album in their their discography. But I mean, even the worst album in there is still a great album. It's awesome. It's sad to hear. The Sound of a Memory, the very last song in here, actually like brought tears to my eyes. It's crazy. I was very, very saddened by that. So that was number 11. In at number 10 is Your Old Droog's Transportation. Shit, man, great concept album with amazing production on here. What can I say, man? I mean, Your Old Droog is so damn clever. I mean, he made a whole record about literally transportation, trains and shit like that, taxis, and oh man, it's amazing. Planes and fucking bikes, buses, everything, cars. It's amazing. Really amazing rhymes on here. Love it. Transportation. In at number 10, in at number 9 is another album I did not show in my update, but that is Recognize Ali, Underground King. Sorry about the glare. That is horrible. That is horrid. Like my man Jay would say, he comes here for the glare. Recognize Ali, man. This shit is just drug-influenced, fueled rhymes. Amazing beats on here. I was shocked as hell to see a feature from Chief Comanche on here. That's amazing. Miles Milano's on here. Tragedy Gaddafi, Sky Zoo, Born Unique, Lyrical Jones, Tri-State, Vinny Paz. 17 tracks, few features, banging beats, dope rhymes. I love Recognize Ali's voice too, man. He kind of reminds me of like, I don't know how I'd say, man. He's like a Mayhem Loren mixed with like Rock Marciano or something like that. It's weird. But Underground King, amazing shit right there. That's another Chopped Hearing release. So glad I actually got that in. It's number 8. That was number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Jazz Spastics and People Without Shoes, Green Street. Jazz Spastics are basically, like a jazzy type producers that do amazing jazzy hip hop. Linked up with People Without Shoes and put out an amazing album. I know this one has been getting heard by some people. I've introduced this one to a few people this year, and they were like, "Holy shit, that's amazing!" So that's good to hear that people are enjoying this, because honestly, this is one of my favorites. I kept going back to it over and over again. It's just solid fun. Just really, really solid fun. It was number 8. In at number 7 is Sky Zoo and Pete Rock's Retropolitan. Like I always have to say every time I talk about Sky Zoo, he's that MC that I really enjoy. But I think honestly, I've made a decision, and it's definitely his voice. But he doesn't really bore me. He just kind of makes me zone out sometimes. He always has good beats on all his records, so they're always listenable. But I kind of zone out on him. But man, Sky Zoo is a dope lyricist, man. It's just something about his voice that's just not. It just doesn't separate itself from a lot of different people, so it just kind of becomes part of the music. And sometimes I zone out when I'm listening to it, but this is a dope record, man. Really, really good stuff. Eastern Conference All-Stars, man, with Westside Gunn, Conway, Benway, and Elzai. Man, look at that lineup on there, but good shit. Retropolitan. Into number 6 with another album I did not show in my update, and that is Mr. Ripley and Char, the Analog Bastard, with Dirty Boxing. Mr. Ripley from New Jersey linked up with the Analog Bastard, and they did this kind of 90s throwback boom bap record, and it's just fucking solid hip-hop. Great release from Chopped Hearings Records, and oh man, that's all I can say. It's just amazing. Blew my mind when I first heard this. I'm such a huge fan of New Jersey MCs that I swear that is one of the most underrated areas for hip-hop. It's like so many classic groups, so many classic producers, MCs have all come out of there, man. From Tony D to Tretch, like it's just ridiculous, man. But Dirty Boxing, it's like absolutely amazing record. That was in at number 6. In at number 5 is my second favorite group of all time dropping an album this year. We got a Black Moon album this year. We got a Smith & Wesson album this year. We got a bunch of new Pete Rock stuff this year. So you had to have a new Gangstar. Of course, I do have the vinyl of this also because it's fucking Gangstar. I've talked about this record a lot. I think it's really awesome. Yes, I would like to have heard more groove verses, but I appreciate what Premier did. He chose the best of the best and worked with what he had. It's just amazing that we even have this. You know, I don't even want to spit the motherfucker's name that had this shit, but fuck Solar. That guy's a piece of shit. And you know what? Primo did a great job with this. He got the whole Gangstar Foundation together over some banger beats, man. Lights Out. What an amazing first track on a record, man, with MOP. It's just, oh man, damn, that shit hits, man. The Q-Tip feature on here is interesting because when I first heard the album, I was like, what the fuck is with Q-Tip's voice on here? So I'm listening to Live from Headquarters one night, and Primo actually tells the story of why Q-Tip's voice is so fucked up on here. And it's because Q-Tip had just had some surgery done on his throat or whatever, and he was healing up. And that's when, you know, Primo would ask him to do the feature and stuff. And he's like, yo, man, like my voice is all fucked up. He's like, I can record this chorus for you, this hook, but the shit might come out sounding whack and stuff. And he's like, Primo's like, well, send it over. We'll see what it sounds like. And if it sounds dope, we'll work with it. He obviously used it. So that's why his voice is all crazy. I'm like, that's nuts. But yeah, dope shit. Awesome to hear J. Rue on here. It's cool to hear Primo and J. Rue linking back up. I know they've been cool with each other for years again, which is awesome to hear. And apparently they are working on some new shit. That's out of Primo's mouth. That's not just hearsay. So that's awesome to hear. That was in at number 5. And in number 4 is an album that dropped about 3 days before the end of the year. And that was the new surprise Ural Droog Jewelry record. Holy fuck, dude. So if I'd have done this top 10 or this list, you know, right about that time, I probably would have missed this album. The physical comes out, I believe, in March. But man, dude, the production from Cool Chris, Eat On, the God Fahim. Dude, the beats are so sick on this album. He just fucking murders it. It turned into be my favorite one all month. All January, I've been rocking the shit out of this album that just got a pre-order. It's really kind of expensive right now, but so I'll be getting that eventually. But Your Old Droog's Jewelry, loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah. In at number 3 is, of course, Freddie Gibbs, Madlib, Bandana. Awesome project. They followed up Pinata, or Pinta, however you want to pronounce it, with another fucking banger of an album. You know, honestly, Madlib really surprised me with some of the beats on here. Changed it up. He kind of catered to Freddie Gibbs' flow and style a little bit more on this one, I feel, and there's a little bit more of a variety, but man, solid shit. Had to grab this on vinyl also. Loving the artwork too, man. That's one of my favorite artworks of this year, hands down. Great shit. Really great shit. In at number 2, my number 2, number 1 actually might be a little bit of a surprise to some people, but these are the albums I rocked nonstop all year. From the moment of them coming out to this video, rocked the shit out of these, man. Nems, Gorilla Monsoon, fucking love this shit. This is in your face, fuck you, I don't give a shit, hip hop. He tells it how it is. You know, fuck yo garbage, man. I love Nems, man. I've loved Nems for years, man. He's put out a lot of really good stuff over the years, and but it's just cool to see an album like this come out because he's still in the game, still killing it. I love his voice. I love how he's just like gives no fucks at all. Solid beats. 13 tracks, like a couple features on here from Conway, Spit Gems, but man, Nems holds it down on this one. It's amazing. Really, really solid record. I don't even know what the consensus is on this one, if people are feeling this album this year or not. I know a couple people had this one pretty high on their list and shit like that, but I haven't really heard a lot of people even mention this. I don't know why. It's really amazing. In at number 1 is by far my favorite album of the year. This shit just, it's one of those real feel-good records with dope production, dope rhymes. It just has everything you want in a hip-hop record, man, and that is The Good People. Good for Nothing. I fell in love with this album when I first heard it, and then they actually, Take It Personal podcast actually had Emsky and Saint on for an interview, and they explained, you know, kind of the making of the album and shit, and I made me even appreciate it more, and I was like, damn, dude, it's just amazing. I know Emsky's been around for a long time. He's worked with Nick Wiz, you know, Saint's production on here is amazing and stuff, and yeah, man, you know, even Large Professor's on here, which is really cool. He actually doesn't even produce the track. I think Nick Wiz actually does one beat on here. I want to say he does... Shit, I can't remember what song he does. I think maybe he does a song with the Cellar Dwellers on here. I can't remember, but Nick Wiz actually does do one of the beats. But yeah, The Good People, man, Good for Nothing, absolutely amazing. I think you can also get this vinyl with the EP that they put out this year. I actually didn't even know that until somebody actually told me that the other day, and I was like, damn, I totally missed that shit. But The Good People in at number 1, and wow, I managed to keep this under an hour. That's amazing with my blabbermouth. Yeah, so that is my top 50. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what your guys' lists are. Again, like I said, this is just my personal favorite albums of the year. I do want to do a couple honorable mentions. I showed Mike Bless the Immortal Auditory album, which actually was in my top 50 for the longest time. It got cut last minute. I really like that record. A lot of dope EPs this year, man. Superstition's Sacrifice was fucking fire. Absolutely fire, man. I showed the Statute of Limitations earlier. That was really good shit. Plugs, I Met by Benny, which I consider an EP. It's like 6 songs. One album that would have been in my top 50 if this motherfucker didn't rip me off, but that's Kool Taj the Great, Down the Block and Around. I thought the album was phenomenal. I sent this motherfucker some money for the album. He said the physical was coming out and shit. He totally stole the money and ran. It is what it is, man. Live and learn. You know, I'm really pissed off because he kept sending me messages saying, yo, it's coming, and he kept thanking me over and over again for my support and shit like that, and giving me all these props and stuff, and then all of a sudden he stopped getting in touch with me and shit. So I sent him a message. I'm like, yo, man, it's been like 8 months since I sent you that money. Yo, you gonna fucking send me the money? Then he just stopped responding. He's reading my messages, not responding. I'm like, yo, I get the hint. You ripped me off. That's all good. Whatever. But fuck you, man. And it hurts my brain right now that he just put out a track with Pete Rock, and I'm like, I don't even want to support that shit right now, because I'm like, you fucking ripped me off, dude. But I digress. DJ Muggs, Ito, Hell's Roof, DJ Muggs, Mock Hami, the Twos, love those records. They were amazing. Ross Costa, Soul and Ice 2, which was in there for a long time too. There's a couple tracks on the album I don't really care for, but overall it's dope. Crime Apple had another project that was amazing. Small Professor, Sean Price. I know the Atmosphere album did come out, I think, officially digitally, and I actually didn't even I listened to it a couple times. I know the physical's coming out later, but who knows? Maybe I'll just count it as a 2020 album if it's, you know, even worthy of making a list and stuff. But I did listen to like probably close to 500 albums this year, and that's what my breakdown is. So let me guys know what your guys' lists are down below. If you like some of the picks, and definitely let me know what like your top 5 is, and you don't have to list all top 50, because I don't think too many people are doing top 50 lists. It's just a little bit insane to do. But yeah, man. Oh, got some Tim Hortons. How Canada is that? Look at that timing, man. I was listening to Jay Dilla's Donuts instrumental while we did this video. It just ended. Right at the end of the video. That's good. Really, really great timing. So yeah, but that is it for this. I will be back with a lot more updates coming soon. I'm going to start breaking them down, probably 25 at a time, so there'll be tons more updates, because I always have tons of shit coming in. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys later. As usual, deuces!